Hi everyone, I wasn't able to post videos because I had a close family member that passed away brutally, so I had to, attend the funerals and I was traveling back and forth, so a reason why I wasn't online. But I'm back now with some updates, pretty juicy, on why there are signs, facts, not just, things pulled out of thin air, facts that are showing that we might see the run-up we saw back in January 2021 repeat the whole cycle all over again, possibly in the same January, if not just shortly after. All right, so I'm going to share with you something really interesting because, it is interesting when you actually look at it. So for those of you who don't remember what happened in January 2021 with AMC, all right, so you can see here, let me zoom this a little bit so that it will make more sense. As you can see, January, the stock went from $2.97 all the way up to $20. All right. So this whole year passed, and now we are kind of slowly trending back to these same levels. You can see that we are right now, currently at the time I'm recording this video, around $18.43. And in January, we hit 20. So this will actually mean that $20 might be the new $2. You see what I mean? Like when the run up will start here, it will actually go back to maybe these levels, or maybe a new high. Nobody knows. But what I'm really, using at facts, it's first off, when you look at this Bloomberg screenshot, I took this from Al from Boston. Hey Al, fellow YouTuber covering AMC as well, and you can see here that these are the buys from the suits, the institutional, the companies, the guys with the big pockets in Wall Street buying or selling AMC stock. And you can see we have significant companies, that are actually going pretty deep. First off, we have, Credit Suisse that bought on January 17, 742,000 shares. That's a pretty significant amount. We also have down here DNB Asset Management actually bought over 123,000 shares, and that was as of December 31st. But down below is really what is really interesting, because we do have BlackRock Inc. BlackRock Inc., one of the top money management company in the whole world, very powerful company, but more than 9.4 million shares of AMC. This is worth $40 million. $40 million on a share that is supposed to go back to 5. It doesn't make sense to me because, maybe you will tell me, but AC, what about, their lending shares? Let me show you something. All right. Let me show you something when it comes to BlackRock, because BlackRock, it's not like any other company. All right. First off, if you look at the Wikipedia page on BlackRock, all right, this is a company that almost my year, 34 years ago, that was built. But the revenue last year in 2021 is $22 billion. And they are covering asset under management. This is all the money they are managing based on the clients coming to them. $10 trillion. This is 10,000 billions. This is 10 millions of millions of dollars. This is huge. This is huge. I don't know if you really realize how big this is. This is huge. But more importantly, when you look at these videos that were posted on YouTube about a month ago or so, a couple of years ago, BlackRock, the company that owns the world. This company owns the world, and it's our fault. How BlackRock became the world's largest asset manager. How BlackRock owns the world and should we fear, etc., etc. So this is really to tell you guys that I might not see this as a coincidence, because we actually have another company that we are all familiar with, and I'm talking about Citadel. All right, Citadel is one of these companies that wanted to be as big as it possibly can be, and this is maybe why they had this move with these two investors when it comes to the potential IPO. All right, nothing has been confirmed, but I bet you that Citadel Securities, managed by Ken Griffin, wanted to be a bigger boy on Wall Street. But the thing is, if they are willing to do so, with the IPO, they are also intended to go and, bump heads with one of the other big guys and big gorilla on Wall Street in the name of BlackRock. So this is what I'm believing. BlackRock actually saw and knew what is coming, because they are so powerful that there is no way in hell, there is no way on earth that they possibly don't have information about what is about to happen with AMC stock. And because of that, they decided to go all in. I mean, they invested $40 million. Do you really think a company such as BlackRock will put that much money into a stock that it's supposed to go down even further? I don't think so. So because they know what is coming and then possibly use this to get at Citadel, they made this bet because, these are boys that are part of the same club. They know what is coming. They know, all the ins and outs, all the inside information, even before it gets to mainstream media. All right. And that's why they make the move before it gets to light. So I'm betting you, this is my pure speculation from me, I bet you that BlackRock knows what is coming. And based on that, they bought big. And word on the street goes pretty fast. And these guys, like the DNB Asset Management, other big company over in Europe, Credit Suisse, another big company in Europe, decided to follow what these guys are doing, hence increasing the amount of the position of shares that they have in AMC, right? So this, it's not a coincidence. This is definitely not a coincidence. And that's why I shared with you earlier that based on what happened here, $20 is the new $2, because on the run-up way here, from the 10s to the 25 and the 25 to the 70s, it was also not only, but retail pushed also by big institutions like BlackRock buying a bunch of these shares because they knew that this was a perfect setup for a short squeeze, kind of like what is happening now with AMC. I mean, look at the last 6 months. The stock is down 57%. 57% year to date since the 2022 year started. It's down 30%. It cannot continue to go down any further without triggering what we call a support, without triggering a level that will attract so much more buyers, exactly like what we saw somewhere here and somewhere here. So it may not happen exactly when we want it to happen or as quickly as we want it to happen, but it's coming, because the more we have such guys buying, the more we hold, the more it's supposed to do what it's supposed to do, folks. So it's just a matter of patience. It will come.